Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chef's Meal, where we talk about whatever and never and everything else in between. No sleep till Brooklyn. Now, welcome to the building, rush hour in your face. Welcome to the Chef's Meal. My name is Casey.
Yes, I'm Sean, and we're two chefs going on about our lives, one finished plate at a time.
Now we talk about whatever and ever and everything else in between. Sean, I know Thanksgiving had already made its way, gone past, and really quickly in succession. November 29th, do you know what happened?
What happened November?
All around the world.
What happened all around the world?
Oh, rather, in the U.S.
Okay.
In the U.S.
I was like, what happened? What did I miss?
Christmas music is now on all platforms.
Oh my goodness.
Literally. Midnight. It's like, boom. And Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You all over the place.
I wonder how much more money she makes as soon as that happens.
Yo, did you know that she just won like 3 more fucking awards? Like Guinness Book of World Records
crazy.
For that song.
You just think like all of the other songs that she has, right? And then like it's the
Nothing.
Christmas song. That's going to be her legacy.
Song.
It's going to be her legacy.
That is her. That's her forever legacy. I actually, I clicked into a little article of hers. I think she posted or BuzzFeed retweeted it or some shit. Her first performance of the song live in, I think, Osaka, Japan or some shit. Okay. And young Mariah Carey, like around 27, like hot Mariah Carey, you know what I'm saying?
Mariah Carey had a crush on Mariah Carey.
This one. Hey. Mariah Carey, you so fine. You so fine. And she performed that song live. And it was, wow. Them notes, Sean.
Yeah, she's a legendary singer. Legendary.
And she was bopping. She was wearing a red dress. It was so, how do I say it?
You know what Casey wants for Christmas?
Yes. All I want for Christmas is you. I tell that to my wife all the time, and she's like, "Shut up."
Right.
She was tired last night. Oh, okay. She had a 13-hour day yesterday, and one of the most difficult cases that she's been in.
Okay.
And you know, I had her. She was literally she was there since 6. She left 7:30 at night. And it was bananas. Yeah, it was a patient and all that, but that's all she could tell me because they have
confidentiality.
They have laws about it. But she was just like, it was tough. I was like, oh, I could see it on your face. It's okay. Like, damn, it's pretty crazy. However, Sean,
yes,
I figured we recap on our Thanksgiving, or let's give the Thanksgiving bubble a closing,
sure, per
se. And why don't we set it out with some Thanksgiving? If you haven't already, Thanksgiving was a blast. I hope everyone's Thanksgivings was great. Hopefully you had plenty of turkey, plenty of food, spent it with family and everything else. Sean, what did you do for Thanksgiving?
All right. So this year, like most other years, we kind of met up in Jersey with my extended family and friends. I think the total count of people was probably about 35, maybe even a little bit closer to 50 because like people are coming in and going, you know. Yeah.
What?
So yeah, like my cousin,
it's a lot.
He lives not too far away from your restaurant, and it's centrally located. We got people coming in from New York City, some from Pennsylvania, some from as far as Atlanta, and upstate New York as well, right? So his house happens to be, you know, close to an airport, you know, and about an hour and a half drive from the furthest points for everybody. So everyone generally, his wife and he and his wife kind of do the majority of the cooking, and everyone supports it with a dish or two. So that's how my family does Thanksgiving. It's always a great spread. That's why I always drop the nugget to bring some Tupperware, because when you have that much food, you know, you need something to, bring it home with. It's something consistent, something designed to hold it. I mean, you don't want to be making an 1.5 hour drive with a Thanksgiving feast smashed between 2 paper plates. If that's what it's going to spill. It's going to get weird. But if you have consistent Tupperware, or to-go-ware, then it can make the drive back home safe for your snacks for the next day.
Cool. Are we ready? Are we ready to go back?
Okay. Yeah. So we're ready.
Okay. So technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly troubleshooted. We are fine to go.
We're fine to go.
Sean, you were talking about your beautiful Thanksgiving.
Right.
At your cousin's.
Okay. So where do we leave off? So yes, 35 to 50 people. My cousin and his wife produce most of the main spread. Everyone else kind of supports things by bringing a dish. My contribution was this truffle oil, sage, and Italian sausage, stuffing or dressing.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. I made a double batch. And what I did is I formed one batch into these mini cupcake shells so that they would scoop and present really well.
Fancy.
And then I made some crude stuffing that I could like quick bake in the oven while everyone was still eating, so that if they wanted to take leftovers, they could just scoop it, put it in their container, and take it to go. So I think that was one of the, I want to pat myself on the back, but I think, it went over pretty well. And also a big shout out to a family friend who made this awesome double roasted pumpkin and sweet potato soup. This thing was the best. It was so good. Like I could tell, because everyone, when they're bringing in their stuff, they got their things under aluminum foil, and they got all the sterno set for everyone to kind of sit their trays in. And she put it on the stove, and I look in there, and at first I could see the broth, and the broth was like perfect. I was like, I need to know who made that.
What was in it?
And what is that? And man, this soup had like textures and layers, and it had some other vegetables in there, but it also had these like West Indian style small dumplings. And when I got my ladle of my first bowl of the soup, I didn't get one. So when I was able to take some time and talk to the family friend who produced the soup, she was like, well, did you taste the dumplings? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, they're in there.
Dumplings?
They're in there. So, yeah, like more often than not for Thanksgiving, you're going back for seconds and thirds. I missed my seconds and thirds because I was just trying to understand that soup. I had like 3 bowls.
There you go.
It was
special shout out to whoever it is who get an applause.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, Lorianne. That soup was divine.
Fire.
Divine, man.
It was
divine. Yeah.
It was money.
Yeah, I went back. I sliced some of the Thanksgiving ham and dropped it in there. Like it was perfect. It didn't even need that, but I just wanted to see how it would play, and it was perfect. Perfect.
Ain't that always like the case though? Being one in the business, we always like to you kind of compartmentalize like the things that it tastes good, and you pick it into your brain. Be like, damn, this would be a pretty good damn special. How can I take this, etc.
Sure.
At least that's what goes into my brain. Like every time I taste something, it's like visceral. I do this to my food. I'm like, I do that, and Caitlin's like, can you stop?
Right. Like everyone knew they were.
You look like a fucking.
People were coming up and trying to ask me questions. I'm just like, wait, no. I'm trying to process all of this. I'm trying to process it, but it was really, really good. And, and speaking to her, I mean, this is what she's been doing for many, many years. And it's no surprise that, her food was that good. I mean, definitely. And she also bakes. Yeah, there might be some collaboration in the future, but it was really, that soup was so good. So good.
I also bake, Sean.
I know.
I bake bread.
I know.
I'm the bread maker.
Cha-ching.
I'm the flour tosser.
Ching-ching.
I'm the yeast maker.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I see a
the
doctor, man.
that's all, that's all I can say. I actually made another round of bread yesterday.
Hey.
Yeah. It's in the fridge right now. I actually ran out of time. I got up, Sean. I got up at 5 to make this fucking bread. Okay, but sourdough it's a beast on itself. The dough knows when it's fully done. So I did it at 5. I did the first few folds, the first couple hours, and then you just let it rest. Like literally, you let it do its thing. You let all the yeast, all the stuff bubble up as much as they can. It took 8 hours. 8 fucking hours. So from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, about 4 or 5 p.m. Now it has risen almost twice, but the top is still gummy. Mm-hmm. That means it's not ready yet. Okay. So I let it sit there for another couple hours. So all in total, actually 10 hours. 10 hours for this bread dough just to rise. I haven't even put it into bannetons or anything. When it has done that and you kind of press it down and it flips right back up, it's still gummy, but it kind of bounces right back. Then you put it onto the bench, you cut it, and then you let it rest for now. It's just a whole lot of waiting for this fucking bread to go.
So let me ask you a question. You mentioned the word that I'm not familiar with. What's a banneton?
Okay, I'm sorry, I was going a little fast. Banneton is the little bread holder. You probably have seen it. Actually, you know what? Let's show and tell today, huh? Give me a second. A little show and tell. A little music for it.
Okay.
Sean, this is a banneton. So it is. It's a bread holder. Okay. So if you can see it, it's hollow on the inside. This is just, it's either like bamboo or rattan wood. Okay. And it has ridges. So when you make the dough, you can either put it right here directly onto the cloth. Okay. That's inside it. Or if you want ridges, you put it directly onto the thing itself inside. And it gives you the ridges on the bread. However, you need to lightly dust it with rice flour. And it has to be rice flour because it doesn't keep moisture. Okay. And it will keep the dough away. So that is what a banneton is. So we'll put this to the side.
And now you know.
And for everybody else on the audio version, if you didn't see what a banneton is, just type it up. BANNETON. It is a bread bowl proofer holder. That's essentially what it is. You can find it on Amazon for $10. I'm not plugging Amazon. I'm just saying you can buy it for $10. But that's what it is. And then it took about, I don't know, I had to go to rehearsal. So by the time I got home, I was like, babe, can you just cook the bread? And she cooked it and it was perfect. So that's what that is, Sean. So I made bread yesterday and it was delicious. I need to make some money off of it. That's what I need to do.
So tell me, man, what did you make for Thanksgiving?
Okay. My Thanksgiving was fairly simple. Like I said, I'm a studious person, especially when it goes to mise en place, that fancy French term, MISEN, place. You can type that up and it will tell you that it just means everything in its place. It's a technical term that Sean and I use all the time in the kitchen. And we kind of pound it into everybody's heads. Where's your prep? Are you ready? All right, let's get and do this. That's what mise en place is. My mise en place was buying all the stuff, like I've been telling everybody else, like Sean and I have been done, a week or 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. That way you're not rushing. You're not in the brunt of everybody trying to get their last minute shit because they're stupid. So I got everything done. All we did was a 3-pound turkey breast, which is pretty fucking big. It was like, Sean, the breast itself was like this big. It was huge. Like that. That was a big turkey. So the turkey that was offered up to the plate to that, thank you. I appreciate you, turkey. So just a turkey breast. Caitlin seasoned it with herbes de Provence. So I keep Provence at the house. Another fancy term. It's a French inspired herb mixture. That's what it is, herb de Provence. So you butter the turkey breast and you stick some butter underneath the skin, and then you stuff all the herbs pretty much everywhere. Since it's already a flat surface, and since it's only a breast, it only took an hour and a half to cook. And being a cook myself, I hated doing all the other cooking. So all the other stuff went inside the oven with it. So the stuffing, literally inside. The jam or the jelly, the cranberry sauce, it's from a tin.
Sure.
That took like 2 seconds. And then I think we had one more side. I forget what it was. But that's it. That's all we had for Thanksgiving. And it took an hour and a half, all in the oven. Barely did anything. Maybe 10 minutes of prep. Literally, I just plopped it on, turned the oven on, went inside. But here's the kicker, and here's what I kind of want to share into. Turkey cooks at 145 degrees. 145. It's not a chicken. Chicken's at 165. Turkey, you don't want to go over 145 because then it will just become like paper.
So
it's
that's
disgusting.
the internal temperature, not the external. Don't set your oven to 145. I don't think you could do that anyway.
Thank you, Sean.
Right.
Thank you. So the oven was at 375, the one I was cooking it for an hour and a half. And I check it in 40 minutes, at 40 minutes or an hour. Just kind of, you need to get like a probe per se. They're a little pricey, but it's so worth it to have in your kitchen. They're about $50, like the nice one, the instant thermo. Buy one of those, not the one that has a little dial gauge. That takes forever. It takes like 2 minutes to read the temperature. Don't get that one. Don't waste your time. Get the electronic one, the one that you can press, and make sure it's in Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Because that will turn out a different temperature altogether. So 145 is what you're trying to hit. So at the hour and 20 minute mark, it was 142.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's done. And just another trick. You don't want to hit 145 when you cook. You want to hit it right before it. So when it rests, meaning you take out the meat and you just kind of let it sit there for about 10-15 minutes. Let the juices come right back. It will hit 145 or whatever temperature you're trying to hit. Within 3 to 5 degrees is what you want to go. I know this is like a lot of, we're like throwing a whole bunch of technical terms at you, but I think people can follow on to that. Once it has rested, all the juices kind of went into it, and when you press it, it's like supple.
All I want for Christmas is you.
If you look at us into our Patreon account, it will look like porn on the front side. So let's just say that you win a little something if you do decide. So to prepare the plate, I'm a simple guy. I don't go crazy. I don't like dots. I think that's pretentious. Okay. It's whatever, right? A big portion of the stuffing. Oh, I didn't even go over the stuffing.
Yeah.
So the stuffing.
Let's talk about your stuffing.
So the stuffing makes onions. I'm trying to recall onions, carrots, celery.
Sure.
You remember, Paul?
Yes.
A little onion, a little mushroom because that's what we had left over. A little garlic. Saute that all first into the pot.
Sure.
And then I had chicken stock already going onto the other side, just by itself chilling. And then after that, you put in the stuffing mix because I didn't feel like making my own stuffing. I think for that packet, it took like 3 cups of stock.
Okay.
You put that all together, you mix it, let it cook for another 5 minutes. Done.
Sure.
It's like the most inefficient, delicious thing.
I mean, it certainly saved you a lot of time for my stuffing. Pretty much started out the same way, but my vegetables were, onions, celery, carrots. I did a little bit of leeks. I also used garlic and a little bit of ginger and some green bell pepper to start as like my vegetable base. And instead of using like a store-bought mix, I got some brioche rolls and
Hey.
sliced them down really thick, and then I baked them off for about 10 minutes to kind of make these like quick croutons. Oh, before I baked them off, I did season them with a little bit of the truffle oil and a little bit of olive oil, just to give them a little bit of flavor. And then on a trip that we took before, we got these this olive salt. So I seasoned it with just a little bit of olive salt over the top.
Olive salt,
yeah.
Olive is already salty, so it made itself salt.
Yes, like reduced all the way down, grainy. And again, like sometimes when like I don't want to use a lot of olive oil or I don't have olive oil, I'll use like canola oil and a little bit of that olive salt, and we get damn near right there, And then for my recipe, I was doing a double batch. So pretty much it was 2 pounds of Italian sausage to 2 pounds of the rolls, and so once I got the veggies starting to break down and get a little translucent, I tossed in and diced up the Italian sausage, cooked that to 75% while the croutons were baking. And then I got like a big stainless steel bowl, combined everything inside, and then slowly added in 2 quarts of chicken stock. Slowly, rolling it with my hands, getting it nice and loose to prepare to be baked off one more time. And right before it went in the oven, I diced up some sage and some fresh sage, and also some fresh parsley. Give it a good mix, a little bit more salt and pepper, and then baked it off in the cupcake tins. I believe it was 12 minutes. And for the crude stuff, I went 15 minutes because it was a bigger,
That's bad.
And done.
That's basically nothing. It's just like quick prep. Same exact thing. Yep. I just didn't feel like making. Excuse me. I just didn't feel like making the actual stuffing and stuff. I was like, it tastes good.
I'm sure.
The stuff, I think Stouffer's is what we
You know what?
with.
I got a box.
It's delicious.
V loves Stouffer stuffing. There's always, there's always at least a box of it in the house. So
shout out to Stouffer's.
Shout out to Stouffer's.
If you guys want to sponsor us, hell yeah.
Big Stouffer, send me a check.
We will eat Stouffer stuffing every day. I don't care. I'll promote the hell out of you.
Whatever.
You guys make a delicious product, but just like add veggies to it. That's all I can say. And make sure the stock that you are putting into the Stouffer's mix is not as salty. Okay. So as less sodium as you can, so you can adjust it. Because if you went with regular stock and then you add it into the already salty, sort of seasoned Stouffer's mix, then you would end up with a really salty product, and you're like, what happened? So that as much as possible, you want to control the salt content, and that's another little trick. I feel like we're just rifling tricks out like left and right, and I think it might be a little too much. So if you guys want to a really good breakdown, let us know. AskChefSalty@gmail.com. We will get to you into the stuff. However, Sean, so our Thanksgiving is all done. What is the next major holiday that we all look forward to?
Boxing Day.
I was gonna say Black Friday, but
I guess Black Friday is
or Cyber Monday,
is a retail
those kind
holiday
of things.
I thought it was just in the United States, but apparently it's all around the world. They do Black Friday now,
all around the world,
which is interesting.
Black Friday is amazing.
Capitalism runs supreme. Everyone needs to get back into black. So Black Friday for everyone.
Have you seen some of the articles where people are still, only here in the States, rather, I should say, people are still trying to murder each other for items?
It blows.
Like, why are we doing this?
It blows my mind. Only because, honestly, if you're doing any Black Friday shopping right now, most of the retailers have their circulars and online shopping guides as far as the sales out like a month before. So you have a month pretty much to start comparing the pricing of the goods that they're going to have on sale for that long weekend if you're going Black Friday to Cyber Monday. And for the most part, you could probably match those prices or come within 5 to 10% on the price by shopping on any time other than that space. So personally, I would say it might be worth the price premium not to be hassled. And, to be shopping in a time in which you could guarantee those things are going to be in stock and shipped to your house. So, I mean, I wouldn't say don't go Black Friday shopping, because sometimes there are like specific deals on things that like you might not be able to get any other time of the year. But for the most part, just you do your homework, you can avoid the hassle, get your products, and go on with your life.
No, you really can, and I think it's more efficient to not let the busy like that get to you, because even the small, it's a small premium too to have it to compare the prices a month before out. You're not really gonna miss out that much, and it just makes it a lot easier for everybody, so you won't murder each other. Trying to get like that 40-inch TV, which will still cost roughly within $20-$30 the same a month prior to it when you got it on the shelves.
And a few weeks after, when they do the inevitable restock.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, when it comes to some big ticket items like televisions, which I see everyone kind of like talk about, they even produce kind of pared down models that don't have all the features just to hit those Black Friday prices, right? Like, I mean, personally, I'm thinking for most people, if they're buying something like a TV, it's something that they intend to have for quite a few years. So I would say, like, if you're being enticed by like a 40-inch television for like $100, it might be worthwhile to not get that model, but spend the $200 for that's a similar model with better specs from the same manufacturer that's not made in a compromising way. I mean, if you look into some of the specs of that stuff, it's like, it's missing an it's only got one HDMI port, or, the remote control is pared down, or the speakers are a weird quality, or even the panel that the television, like the actual physical display is made out of like different materials than they normally would make. And you'll, like, again, you can, I'm not going to say that saving 50% off, like if you're saying it's normally $200 and it's $100, isn't significant, but you might find yourself in a place where you're going to be replacing that thing significantly quicker. So ultimately, it might not even be that much of a benefit to you. But again, all those guides are out, in different places
a month
prior. There's a lot of like sale aggregators online, like Slick Deals. That's what I use. Shout out to Slick Deals. And you can like, again, look at the pricing, see the models, and start to do your homework and go, all right, this is savings. Maybe this is worthwhile. Maybe it's not, and adjust your plans accordingly.
I really should. And even I think they tell you on TV too, like everywhere. They're like, don't go on Black Friday. Don't be a mess. Don't be that person. Trying to murder people.
They're like, these are door busters.
Sales are out.
I was like, door busting doesn't sound like a good time.
Like, it is okay. Like, it will move on. Like, people will say, but I get the whole allure of it.
And look,
I also understand that most people
a budget.
Yeah, most people are crazy working. They only have that day to shop. I totally
they got those
get
funds.
it.
And again, if you're looking for quantity over quality, I think like you'll stretch your dollar on those weekends. But I think
definitely
some of those pricing deals come with some caveats that you should be prepared for. No,
that is it. Now, as we kind of wrap up the first EP or episode for the part 2, rather, Sean, let's briefly talk about Christmas, because Christmas is on upon us. We covered a little bit of Black Friday. In my opinion, Cyber Monday is the best deal to kind of go buy your stuff. However, if we're talking pure deals, after Christmas sale, those are the 3 words that you should go with, because, bro, now they're trying to get rid of inventory. So if you are like me, like a salty motherfucker, and just kind of want to don't shop and don't deal with people and waiting for the craziest deals, and if you can wait a few days or a day after Christmas, Bro, the sales are insane. You will often hear, "Oh man, I should have got this after Christmas." It's like another $60 off or some shit like that, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get rid of inventory now to start off the new year, so their actual own line in their warehouses are depleted, so they can go into the new year fresh. So in my opinion, being in the business, we do that too in a restaurant. We don't want to keep any of our stuff. We want to try to get rid of it, or trying to sell it. I don't want to say get rid of it. We want to try to sell it before the new year. So when we go into the next year, it's a fresh inventory. Everything's kind of clean. Everything that we purchased in December has been used and have been in features. So anything that goes into our shelves will only be into the 2020. So if you can wait, I think in my opinion, you should wait. After Christmas sale is where you should plug in. However, Sean, a couple of Christmas things and then we'll wrap it up. Let's go with favorite Christmas drinks.
Oh man. Eggnog for me. Even though I'm like lactose intolerant, like eggnog is some, like I'll make a special partition in my life and in my bathroom for a cup of eggnog for sure.
Cup of nog.
For sure.
Some fries, motherfucker.
How about some fries though? My favorite for Christmas is shout out to Trader Joe's for this, the little peppermint little candy things that they have. I forget what the hell it's called. So if you go to Trader Joe's, oh God, I can't remember now. It's in a red package. It looks like a peppermint thing, and it's like a cookie peppermint white chocolate thing. Delicious.
What is it called? Like peppermint bark? Is it the chocolate?
God, what the hell is it? Hold on, we're gonna look it up
let's
right
look
now.
It up.
Trader Joe's peppermint cookies. Peppermint cookies. Mint cookie bark.
Yeah.
Just chocolate peppermint.
Yeah.
Cookies? Is this what it is? Hold on.
No,
that's not it. God damn it! I forgot what it was. I got Caitlin like 20 of it last year.
It's like white chocolate with
It's like white chocolate, peppermint
might be
covered.
the peppermint bark. Because we used to do
pretzel mints. Is it pretzel?
Let's see. I know we used to do a holiday dessert with peppermint bark.
Pretzel Slims, Pretzel Thins.
Nah.
These fucking things.
Peppermint pretzels. Okay,
hold on. Let's blow it up. Trader Joe's, I love you. If you want to sponsor us, hell yeah. Peppermint Pretzel Slims. If you guys haven't, these things are the bomb. Now, I am allergic to chocolate. I cannot consume it. However, white chocolate, it is not chocolate. It is processed chocolate. So this is all okay for me. So white chocolate is delicious. It only comes in season Thanksgiving because they want to be early like everybody else. So you can get this now. Go to your Trader Joe's and say, Chef Salty Pork Podcast brought me here. I get a discount. Imagine if that works.
Yeah, you gotta just make it. You could make an affiliate code and just drop it in the notes. Yeah,
we'll make an affiliate code. If you guys have it and you want to surprise your loved ones with something delicious, you know what? Let's put on a little. Hold on. Now, if you want to put something delicious into your wife or into your partner or into your husband, this is the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Trader Joe's Peppermint Pretzel Slims gives you the good feel and good thin, crunchy pretzel slims with a creamy coating. And I'm literally reading the.
You know what? That's how they want it. That's the message they want to get out there. You just read it. It's fine.
There you go. From Trader Joe's, you can also order on Amazon. Amazon, I need an affiliate link. I'm sponsoring right here, right now. So that's what it is. Okay. If you haven't already, Sean and Casey sent you over there to go get it. Okay. That's what you say to them. It's like, I get a discount from this. So I don't know how you guys want to work that, but I get a discount for this. Eventually. So that is my Christmas thing. Sean, any other final goes as we wrap up into, actually we'll cover the Christmas thing and another week, as we go a little closer. But final thoughts. Let's just.
I hope everyone enjoyed their holiday season. In the States here, you kind of bookend that with with Christmas, or rather with Thanksgiving, and then sandwich with Christmas, and then kind of end with the New Year. I mean, I know that it can be a tough time for some folks because it's a lot of reflection on the year and the opportunities met and opportunities lost, family and friends. But despite that, I hope that everyone had a good year and they enjoy their good holidays, and they kind of get some perspective, or about the opportunities they'd like to make and change for the new year. So that's all I got.
Perfect. Reflect.
Yeah, reflect,
man. It's
reflect.
A good thing.
Reflect. Yeah.
Just take literally take a
lot of different
reflect.
Holidays kind of converge in this time of year. Thanksgiving and Christmas, Hanukkah and Kwanzaa for those who partake, Boxing Day and New Year's, and So, take the time.
Thanks Christmas. Thank Christmas. Thanksmas
years.
Thanksmas Wanza. Yeah. There you go. We'll make that a hashtag. Everybody just use it.
But yeah.
Other than that is all we got.
That's what we got for you people.
Peace out.
Peace out.